Taurus, 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 Taurus. Welcome into the weekly reading. Let's go. All right, Taurus, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome into the weekly reading. Tiana Louise, intuitive coach, Sultan, here to help you shine the inner light, right? Gain some enlightenment. Today in particular, we're looking at your twin flame soulmate connection, right? You guys are separated, experiencing some sort of conflict at this time, and you're here looking for answers. I'm here to help, okay? Hopefully help you ascend on this journey, okay? Now, I want to be clear. This is a twin flame soulmate reading, okay? If you do not identify with either of those terms, this is not the reading for you, okay? If you're not sure about that, likely not the reading for you, but you can stick around and see if something resonates. If it doesn't, don't take it. Don't listen to it. Toss it out, all right? Today, we are looking at how this connection is being affected by the Lionsgate energy. The Lionsgate portal happening August 8th, happens every year on 8/8. That's when Sirius and the Earth line up in what appears to be perfect union and thins out the veil between the spiritual and physical realms, creating a lot of intense spiritual energy. If you're really sensitive, you may be feeling this on a physical level, on a mental level, emotional level. And if nothing else, you may just be feeling like there's some things to figure out. And that's because this portal opens the door to many things. Manifestation, transformation, clearing, healing, activations, right? Okay. So before we look at the connection, let's look at how you personally, Taurus, are being affected by this Lionsgate energy. Wow, this is deep. So this is some Orion energy here, and that's interesting because the Lionsgate does affect the Orion's belt, and this is some past energy from our past coming up. Black League patterning, right? That's like karmic conditioning is the word that is coming up for me, and it's a heavy energy, okay? The Black League refers to resistance groups that arose in the dark times of Orion. This is the galactic oracle deck. So all of the cards are tied to galactic communities that existed on Earth before humanity, before humans did, right? So these are our star seed families, our families in the stars. And this group were made up of, I believe the book says, like vegan mystics and, warriors, right? And they learned how to transcend polarity and fight against what they, felt to be negative energy. Okay. And so, this card asks you to look at your view of the world and what you see is negative, and how you may be looking through the lens of polarity, right? And to question whether or not you can see the bigger picture. Okay, moving from a place of polarity to a place of union. That's this card, okay? It really asks us to come out of this polarized way of being where we view everything as good and bad, right and wrong. This should be this way. This shouldn't be that way, right? Really releasing us from our judgment of others and the world around us. Okay, really being able to sacrifice those thought patterns because they tend to hinder us when we're walking or trying to at least walk a higher path of ascension. So let's clarify this energy. How is this showing up for you? Look at that. 8 of emotions, 8 of cups. Yeah. Needing to evolve. This is the card of needing to leave behind what you know or what you think you know to go in search of what you don't know. Right? What you have yet to experience, the way you've yet to see things. This is the card of evolution. Okay? Yeah. And temper that. Add that with some, add in there some moderation, some balance. Right? When we're in a polarized way of being, we're either or. We're hot or cold. We're black or white. When we're more tempering in our energy, we're somewhere in the middle. We're always, seeking balance, not seeking to be on one side of an issue or the other, just somewhere in the middle. Not that we don't have beliefs or perspectives or opinions, right? You will always have that, but not being tied to them in a way where you need to fight or force them onto anyone, right? And how do you do this? By just tuning into your intuition, into your emotions, right? Tuning into love. Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, that's my romantic knight. That's my knight who focuses solely on love, nothing else. Sees everything through the eyes of love and well-being. That's the order of the day for this night. Okay? And see this need to fight and to force and to resist and to, have everyone believing in a certain way or, seeing things in a polarized way doesn't really allow you to tune into the energy of love, which is unconditional and non-judgmental and accepting. Okay? So that may also have to do with ways of being that you could benefit from applying to your connection, Taurus. So we're going to see how your connection is being affected by these Lionsgate energies at this time as well. Okay? Let's do that. So how are these energies affecting the connection? Oh, wow. Look at that. Initiation and ceremony. Something's being activated here, right? Pushing you toward a new future. Okay? Right? There's some milestone, milestone that needs to be crossed or will be crossed, right? This is about, being fully activated, fully aware, right? In the now consciousness. Okay? So this is about being able to really slow down and be in the moment and really assess where it is, you're out of balance and initiate yourself into new ways of being and practices that bring you into balance. So let's clarify this to see how it's showing up for you and your person. And I feel like you're both being initiated into new ways of being, believing, and thinking. Oh, this is interesting. We have kings on both sides. So there's definitely a need to master, to master some stuff here. On this side, we have the King of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. So again, really needing to balance things. I feel like on this side, we have the need to really master our physical world, right? To get things in order around our resources, our money, our physical needs, right? And to really see ourselves as being able to do that, right? The King of Wands is confident. The King of Wands is an entrepreneur. The King of Wands stands in integrity. You know, he's an upstanding businessman and leader, as well as provider, right? And with this Ten of Pentacles here, it's like this is the goal, right? Now, the Ten of Pentacles is influenced by Mercury, which is very much, you know, the way we think and the way we communicate. Mercury has to do with the mind. So again, looking at how you think and believe and feel about yourself when it comes to being able to balance things out in the material world. When it comes to, you know, I feel like this is like the have or the have not energy, right? Moving out of the polarity of that, right? And moving more into the creative energy that, you know, number one, you deserve to be abundant. That is your divine birthright. And number two, you know, all things ebb and flow, right? And, you know, you can be in flow and then ebb, and, you know, it all comes around full circle. You know, the scales are always moving back and forth. They never land in one place for too long. But if you're not careful, you can end up imbalanced if you don't see it that way. Okay, so this is about initiating you into a new way of believing about yourself and in a new way of going about manifesting your abundance. So if that's resonating with you, great. Maybe that's your person. On this side, this is about balancing the emotional space. We have the King of Cups here, the Ace of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. Someone is trying to see this connection through the eyes of black and white. Like, okay, so things are this way, so they must be this way. If they're this way, then they must be that way. No, this is about your feelings and your state of being, your emotional state, not being based on, you know, what's happening in this connection, and instead being based on what you feel in your heart space, right? That Ace of Cups is that intuitive spark that leads us to, you know, knowing and trusting what we feel and believe in our heart. Now, Queen of Swords is very intelligent and swift in her thinking, and discerning, but sometimes a little too sharp, a little too, you know, hard ass, a little too cutthroat in the way that she views things. And so there's a softening that has to take place, a balancing. Like the King of Cups is discerning in terms of his emotions, but he's also warm. Queen of Swords is cold, right? And so that's what I'm feeling. It's like based on where you are with this Eight of Cups in your emotional space, you can be either hot or cold. Remember, the energies are vice can go both ways. So it's up to you to see, where you fit in. Is this you on this side? Is this you on this side? Maybe it's a little bit of both. And I feel like the energy is playing out on both sides. Like, this hot, cold, this wanting to manifest something into the physical and really seeing, things, either they're working or they're not working. If they're working, I'm up. If they're not working, I'm down, right? No, that's the old way. Okay? That's the old way. So what's the new way for you? Well, we're going to look at that in the extended reading, because I guarantee you there's a new way that Spirit is initiating you into, that if you already knew what it was, you'd be doing it already. So we're going to look at what that is, what Spirit is trying to gently nudge you toward. And if you want to take that journey with me, you'll just click the link in the description box below and that'll take you right there. But before we go, I want to see where the full moon in Aquarius happening, or has happened, depending on when you're catching this reading. How is that affecting all of this, right? Because with full moons, they highlight things, right? And I also believe that full moons bring blessings. So I want to see what's the moon energy present right now with this energy of initiation and ceremony and the need for balancing. Okay, look. Hold your vision. Okay, so this is the fixed moon. Sometimes we can become too fixed though, right? For you, it's about finding a way to hold your vision, meaning hold what it is that, you see for yourself that you're wanting to create, without being so tied and attached to it that when it doesn't immediately show up, or when it appears to be going a different way, you're not totally thrown off into the opposite energy. This is about balancing your extreme energies, because remember, you can't see the full picture here. See, only half of the moon is illuminated, right? You got to run the full distance. You got to go the full distance before you can make any determinations. Okay? You're only halfway there. All right, so we're going to look at, what the answers are, what some of the answers are to, just create anew with this energy in the extended. So I will see you over there. And if this is where we end, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like this video, right? Like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment if you feel inclined, and we will talk again soon. Peace.